My uncle stopped me from saving his wife's life, and man did he regret it. My aunt collapsed at dinner and was not breathing at all. We immediately called 911, and they said they were 5 minutes away. Everyone panicked, but I sprang into action. I started clearing her airways, making sure she could breathe, then started doing CPR. My uncle shoved me aside and said, "Get your hands off of her, you idiot. You're making it worse." I reminded him, "I'm in med school. I've already learned this stuff. Let me help her." He barked back, "You're a dumb kid that doesn't know crap. Stop acting like you know everything." I said, "She's overdosing on an opioid. She needs naloxone. But in the meantime, we need to keep her heart pumping." My uncle got pissed and said, "That proves that you don't know what you're doing." My wife hasn't taken an opioid in her life, and you're assuming she's overdosing on one. My parents sided with my uncle and said, "You should leave her alone and wait until the ambulance gets here, son." Her lips started turning purple, and her eyes were rolling into the back of her head. I said, "We need to keep her heart stable. Every second that goes by, she's losing consciousness. Blood and oxygen are crucial for her brain to survive. Please, let me do CPR." I tried to get to her, and my uncle punched me in the face and said, "I will not let your stupidity kill her. Stay away from her or I will beat your ass." I tasted some blood on my lip and said, "If you don't want me to do it, have someone else do it. She's overdosing. I know the signs. Her skin is pale and clammy, her pupils are tiny, and she's barely breathing. Look." I grabbed her hand and showed him. Her fingernails are also turning purple, a clear sign of an opioid overdose. My uncle turned to my dad and said, "If you don't get him the hell away from me, I'm gonna kill him myself. I know what's best for my wife. She just needs to lie still before the paramedics get here and tend to her." I yelled at him, losing my temper. "That's exactly what she doesn't need, you idiot." My mom chimed in, also clueless. "Here's some water. This should help her." My uncle thought that was a genius idea, took the water and said, "Thank you. Finally something that will actually help." He started pouring some water down her throat, which made her spit up and choke. They panicked when they saw her convulse from choking, so I turned her to her side and patted her back to make sure the water was out of her system and she didn't choke anymore. When my dad saw that, he finally backed me up. "Maybe you should listen to our son and let him care for her." My uncle was adamant. "No way in hell am I gonna let some 20-year-old be a fake doctor to my wife. He doesn't even know what's happening to her." I said, "Okay, smartass, what do you think is happening to her? She probably just needs some sun or is low on some vitamins." Then she really started convulsing because she was about to die. I shoved my uncle away and started doing CPR again. My uncle tried to attack me, but my dad grabbed him, pinned him down and said, "Let him do his job. He knows way more than you stubborn asshole." My uncle turned into a maniac and thought he was saving his wife from me. He shoved my dad away, grabbed a bar stool and smacked me over the head with it. I saw stars, then darkness. Then I woke up to a paramedic shaking my face and another paramedic administering CPR onto my aunt. The paramedic said, "Your wife was about 10 seconds from death. Thank God you gave her some CPR." My uncle turned pale white and couldn't look at me. The other paramedic gave her a shot of naloxone and she started to wake up and slowly come back to her senses. My uncle said, "What did you just shoot her up with?" The paramedic responded, "Naloxone. Your wife tried to off herself with opioids." Silence fell upon us. My uncle looked on, completely floored. I wanted to say, "She probably tried to off herself because of your stubborn ass," but figured that wasn't in the best taste. Once the paramedics took her to the hospital, my dad grabbed my uncle by his shirt collar and slugged him. "Don't ever lay a hand on my kid again, especially when you're the idiot." My aunt got therapy and left my uncle. Now no one in our family wants him around. He's basically been exiled.